Before we dive in, let's take a moment to talk about the woman herself. Ren Min was born in Hunan, China, trained at the Central Academy of Drama in Beijing, and made her acting debut while still a teenager in the 2018 film Cry Me a Sad River. From that very first role, it was clear that the screen was always where she belonged. Under Enlight Media, she has built a filmography that spans historical romance, legal drama, wartime thrillers, fantasy epics, and everything in between, and she has brought something real and completely her own to every single one. If you are new here, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and let's get into Ren Min Top 10 Dramas. At number 1 is Serenade of Peaceful Joy. Before we go any further, a small but important note: Ren Min is not the main lead here. This sweeping Song Dynasty drama belongs to Wang Kai and Jiang Shuing, but even in a supporting role, she made a mark worth talking about. She plays Princess Fukong, the beloved daughter of Emperor Renzong, whose marriage to the Li family becomes a gesture of royal guilt made flesh. The story itself is extraordinary: a ruler quietly torn between political factions, a harem full of complicated women, and a court where loyalty and ambition are in constant, elegant tension. It is the kind of drama that demands your full attention and rewards every second of it, and Ren Min, even from the sidelines, reminds you exactly what she is capable of. At number 2 is To Be a Better Girl. A youth romance set within the walls of the city's most prestigious high school, and the kind of drama that sneaks up on you completely. Wan Meng is the kind of girl who mistakes room 601 for 109 on her very first day, and somehow that tells you everything about who she is: earnest, a little chaotic, and trying her best in a world that keeps moving faster than she can keep up. When her classmate Xue Song publicly calls her someone he cannot look straight at, she makes a vow, quiet but fierce, that one day he will not be able to ignore her. Opposite Chin Sun, Ren Min is warm and funny and genuinely alive in every scene, and watching her grow into herself is exactly the kind of thing that makes youth dramas worth watching in the first place. At number 3 is Never Grow Old. Set in a neighborhood in the 90s, this is the kind of drama that holds you differently than most. There are no grand political schemes here, no palace intrigues, no epic battles, just people living ordinary lives, growing up and growing old alongside one another. Secret crushes and family ties, veterinarians and doctors, the particular texture of childhood friendship that only makes sense when you look back at it years later. Opposite Gui Jun Chen, Ren Min brings a quiet sincerity to the story that feels genuinely personal, and if you have ever been nostalgic for a time and place you cannot quite name, this drama will find it for you. At number 4 is Ray of Light. A drama about second chances, and about the kind of adult who refuses to give up on the young people in front of them. Haonan is 28, a former teacher who ran a pool hall that failed, and who finds himself back in a classroom at Qingyun High School almost by accident. There he meets Rin Zhen, 18 years old, a girl who failed her college entrance exam because her father simply could not be relied upon, and something in their stories quietly begins to rhyme. What unfolds is a story about hope offered and slowly, carefully accepted. Opposite Gui Jingfei and Roy Wang, Ren Min plays Rin Zhen with a bruised resilience that never tips into self-pity, and the relationship at the heart of this drama, built on patience and earned trust, is one of the most quietly moving things she has ever been part of. At number 5 is The Longest Promise. A fantasy epic, and arguably the drama that placed Ren Min in a conversation happening at the very top of the industry. She plays Zhu Yan, a princess of the Qi Yi tribe, a girl who becomes the disciple of the brilliant, aloof Prince Shering, and who falls into a love that neither of them is supposed to have. The teacher and student dynamic is handled with extraordinary care here. The slow burn is earned, the forbidden quality of it genuinely aches, and when fate forces them onto opposing sides of a life and death struggle, it is devastating in the way only the best dramas can be. Opposite Xiaozhan, the chemistry is undeniable, and Ren Min holds her own completely, scene for scene, with one of the industry's most beloved leading men. If you have not seen this one, It deserves to go straight to the top of your list. At number 6 is Shooting Stars, a wartime thriller set in the 1930s, and the drama where Ren Min steps into the kind of role that reminds you how wide her range really is. She plays Luo Min against Li Xianxia Jicheng, a man who began his story dreaming of the Navy and ended up a low-ranked police officer in Shanghai, changed by everything he has seen. The world of this drama is tense and morally complicated, full of classmates and colleagues navigating dangerous territory together, loyalty tested at every turn. Ren Min plays Luo Min with a fierce protectiveness that anchors the story. She is not here to be saved, and the drama is better for it. At number 7 is The Rise of Ning, a historical romance with a premise that hooks you immediately and a heart that earns every single beat. Luo Ning is the eldest daughter of an official who grew up, through no fault of her own, in her grandparents' home, kept at a distance from a family that should have been hers. When she returns, she finds herself navigating family politics and the mystery of her mother's death alongside Luo Xinyuan, the half-brother she barely knows. And then comes the revelation that changes everything. She is not who she thought she was. Opposite Zhang Wanyi, Ren Min brings a layered intelligence to Ning that makes every scene compelling, a woman building herself a life in a world that gave her very little to start with, and doing it on her own terms. At number 8 is Hold a Court Now, a legal drama, and one of the freshest things in Ren Min's filmography. She plays Qin Rui, a lawyer working alongside the young judge xianxia, going into communities to resolve the kind of disputes that court dramas usually gloss over: a parent and child who cannot find their way back to each other, a marriage collapsing under the weight of unspoken things, the ordinary human crises that fall through the cracks of formal justice. The principle at the heart of this drama, that the law is impartial but compassion must prevail, gives it a warmth that legal procedurals rarely manage. Opposite Gong Jun, Ren Min is sharp, driven, and completely believable as a woman who chose this work because she actually means it. At number 9 is Light to the Night, a mystery thriller set across multiple timelines, and the kind of drama that keeps you guessing and keeps you caring in equal measure. The story begins with a disappearance in 1997, a father and daughter, a lift entrance in Yunlongli, and a case that refuses to stay buried. He Yuan Hang is halfway through a career change, and Ran Fangsu is fresh out of college, two mismatched detectives stumbling toward a truth that will end up touching their own lives far more than they expected. And at the center of it all is He Xiaohe, the character Ren Min plays, a police officer drawn into a world of cold cases and buried secrets, navigating the investigation with a sharpness that makes every scene she is in worth watching. Opposite Dylan Wang and Pan Yuming, this is Ren Min in full command of a thriller, and it is gripping from beginning to end. At number 10 is A Splendid Match, a historical romance set in the Ming Dynasty, and a drama that gives Ren Min one of her most purely joyful roles. Gu Jinzhao was never supposed to come home. A fortune-teller's prediction that she was a jinx to her father's career kept her in her grandparents' house from birth, doted on by a grandmother who saw her clearly when no one else did. When she finally returns, she brings with her a boldness and a directness that the household has absolutely no idea what to do with. Multiple suitors circle: Lord Chen, heir apparent Yi Xian, gentleman Qin Xianqing, but it is the one who lets her be herself who wins her heart. Opposite xianxia, Ren Min is sassy and warm and completely magnetic, a woman who was told she was a problem and decided instead to be a force. And that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 Ren Min dramas. From a princess in a Song Dynasty palace to a lawyer fighting for ordinary people, from a girl in high school making a quiet vow to a disciple falling for someone she was never supposed to love, she has done it all, and she has done every single bit of it beautifully. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It genuinely means the world and helps the channel more than you know. Drop your favorite Ren Min drama down in the comments. I would love to know which role has claimed your heart. Subscribe if you have not already. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.